Well, Honorable, you've been in Parliament since '97.
1997.
Wow, that's
A long time in Ghana.
that's a long time.
In Ghana's democracy, it is. Elsewhere, it will be an average stay in Parliament. Because in the U.S., we went to a place in Pennsylvania, the state legislature, and at the time we went there, the one who had stayed longest had stayed for 45 years.
Really?
Yes, he had stayed for 45 years. Remember Senator Kennedy, but for his old age, he will still be there. And how long did he last in the Senate? Close to 50 years. Close to 50 years. So you see, Parliament is like wine. The older you stay, ordinarily I should qualify it, because some people may walk through Parliament without allowing Parliament to walk through them. So they pass through and they have all their own ideas. Other than that, the longer you stay, the more mature you become. It's not for nothing that in Ghana's Parliament today, people are citing myself, they are citing the Honorable Bagbin as people who more or less know it all. It doesn't fall on you like manna. You have to go through the processes, learn the rules, and practice it, live it, and then it will come to you handily. You can't, they will not grow in your garden easily. So I think that Ghanaians should allow our democracy to go. Unfortunately, when you stay, you are there for about 2-3 terms, and beyond the third term, you are being referred to as a Mugabe, which is not a very good example. It's not a very good example of democracy. They don't describe you as a Senator McCain, or a Goldwater, right? Those are good examples of democratic governance. And then they call you Mabongo, they call you Mugabe, and you think you must be hiding the next time around. But we are living through it, and I believe that we are doing our best.
I like the expression you used, that some go to Parliament, they walk through Parliament, but they don't allow Parliament to walk through them.
Absolutely.
So who is your typical person, the characteristics of somebody who Parliament has walked through?
Well, I mentioned one name, the Honorable Bagbin. I could mention, even though he's not here again with us, the Honorable Papa Usuankuma is one such character. The current breeds, you mentioned the Honorable Haruna Idrusu, who is the current minority leader, a fast learner, and whenever he's in trouble, you're on your bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and he's calling you. When he first came to Parliament, I was then in leadership of the minority. He will ask you questions. The next time you see him on television, he wants to use it against you, against your party, but he wants to get it right anyway.
So you get the apple.
and within 4 years, he was coming up strongly. You know, I could say the same about the Honorable Muntaka. I could say the same about the Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempe. Even the current first Deputy Speaker, Honorable Osei. All of them fast learners. They want to learn the rules. In Parliament, you cannot do without two main documents: the Constitution of the Republic and the Rules of Procedure, affectionately referred to as standing orders. There are no shortcuts. You must imbibe them. You must know them at your fingertips. Pieces of legislation that we make, you must, when you perhaps were not in the chamber when those legislations came to be crafted, pick them up, look at them, look at the Hansard, what's the spirit behind these provisions. You will bring yourself up. I think it's been perseverance and intelligence and commitment. That is what has sustained me and brought me where I find myself. You describe me as a powerful man. I think in that regard, you over-exaggerate my strength.
You're powerful. So somebody like JH and the Obeds, those that you were looking up to,
The way those that were looking at me. J.H. Mensah. J.H. Mensah, as far as I'm concerned, in the 4th Republican Parliament, has been peerless. I remember one time some colleagues of mine, former ministers, I mentioned one name, Dr. Adokofo. I think there was something that I had attended to. He called me and told me, Osei, no, now you have surpassed J.H. Mensah. I said to him, please, J.H. is incomparable. He's a person that I'm, trying to model my life around. But to say to me that I've surpassed J.H. Mensah would be telling John the Baptist that he has surpassed Jesus the Messiah.
Oh, but put your hands together. Thank you. So now we asked her about what she considered the charm factor to be, and she listed quite a few things, that about you that charm her. What is it about her that charms you?
They may be in the archives of the National Security.
Okay. For national security reasons.
For national security reasons, I did not be prepared to divulge. But we first met some 17 years ago. I think it was in the elections of 2000. I had participated, and I was a candidate at the time. I've been in Parliament one term, and the ensuing elections I was a candidate for my party. And some military man misbehaved towards me. Incidentally, he was the driver to Kukwenyi the host's father, then Brigadier Enyidoho. I had gone with some journalists, and we had been told of somebody who was trying to encourage some people to do double voting. We had gone there with the journalists in tow. When we got there and we saw the melee, a lady amongst us wanted to take some pictures. And the driver pounced on her, smashed the camera. So I turned to ask, how could you do this? Especially to a lady. Then I questioned her, you used the butt of the gun to hit my head, and blood was oozing. I walked to the Tafo police station to make a case. They gave me a medical form to take to hospital. But before I could finish with my statement, the then regional minister, Honorable Nyamadonko, appeared on the scene, and he had come in the company of Brigadier Enyidoho. And they saw the blood oozing of me, and Nyamadonko took me in his vehicle straight to Kofanochi. I had lacerations, and I was attended to. I had to go to the house to rest a bit, then came back because voting was still going on. There's a polling station opposite Wesley College. I went there and then saw her as an agent. Okay. A polling agent. I'm not too sure that this calls for clearing of throat. So apparently I saw her and she also saw me. We exchanged a few glances. That was it for the time being. I see a lady struggling to see my face, to see what I'm saying, to hear and see my face. But that was it. We never met until she came to Legon. I think about a year or so after.
Really? You didn't meet until?
A year or so after.
Really?
Yes. And then that was how and when the real deal started.
I like that. The real deal, man. You remembered him? Yeah? You had always kept him in mind since that day?
Not really. In fact, when I saw him the second time, I was like, I think I know this man, I think. Then he was just looking at me. I mean, we chanced upon him with a friend. And I think we were going to do something, and then when we entered the office, we asked him a few things, and he said, okay, can you come on Tuesday? I think it was Friday. He said, can you come on Tuesday? And then instead of, it was my friend who even approached the lady that I was with. Instead of giving your complimentary card to the girl, I was at the back. He says, can you? Can you take my card? And my friend was standing in front of me. Yes. So that was the second time. Yes.
Okay. So when he passed everybody and handed you the card, you read through that.
But there were only two.
You wanted to-
I didn't pass everybody. I passed only one.
Well, only two people. but still, you had grounds to suspect that. So when did the friendship start?
I called him. What business? I think it was something to do with Volta Hall. We trashed things out, and that was it. And then I think about 2 weeks after, he gave a call. Oh, so he didn't call me again. I said, oh, been busy learning. And in fact, my mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
In fact, and then he called again. Then I knew that this is
The real deal is starting.
That's an intruder.
He was
then that's what I say, you know, perseverance, persistence, and all that. He called, he would call every other day and stuff. Then I kept, you know, tossing him here and there. Sometimes you need to push them and see. Yes.
play hard to get.
Yes, but seriously, upon seeing him, I adore, you know, when people dress well.
Yeah.
Especially men. Yeah. Not everybody now. So then each time, okay, so then after that, he kept calling and calling and calling. I'll meet you here. I couldn't make it. I kept that. Then he traveled to, at that time, ECOWAS Parliament. Oh, this man would not allow me to sleep.
Wow.
He will call several times. So when he came back, I decided to meet him. We had a chat. I wasn't in any serious relationship. So we had a chat. I said, well, I'll think about it, the usual thinking.
Yeah.
So I gave him another route. And he kept calling. I mean, it was that. And then we met again for a second time.
To show that it was so one-sided.
You also getting calls?
Occasionally.
Okay.
If I call 3 times and you call once.
Yeah.
So it was game on.
Just responding to your call. Just nice.
That's standing on that.
So that's how it started. Eventually, I agreed. I mean, he was very open to me. This is my life. I've got kids, you know, here and he was very open to me. And it's one thing that I like about people. You got to be very honest with them. That's what I'm saying. So I said, okay, I'll think about it again. And then eventually I accepted, and one thing led to the other, and
the rest is history. Now, 17 years later, you know, this is fantastic.
This is how far the Lord has brought us. Yes.
And by the way, I have to congratulate you. That birthday party you pulled was first class, you know. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, you know.
Thank you.
To have the president and his vice in on the surprise,
Yes.
that was masterful. Show us some love. Having served so long, you know, and you're talking about how the longer, the better the wine in parliamentary terms. Do you have, how much longer do you look at staying?
Well, if she had her own way, I would not even have contested the last elections.
Oh, okay, okay.
If I resisted her tsunami, she wanted to pull me up, and I almost responded responded to her, but then the president came in and said to me that you cannot do this, you cannot abandon this cause.
Wow.
And you know, if I should win, which I think by God's grace I'm going to do, I certainly will need you to stabilize the administration in Parliament. Well, my initial reaction was, Mr. President, I've been in leadership of Parliament for too long. So if I should help in my own way to win, I want to go out of Parliament. I think that was the agreement generally that we had come to. So occasionally, when we met, he would bring it back and we discuss. But about a month or so before the elections, we met again, and he said to me that everybody is saying that if I pull you from Parliament, my government will not survive.
Wow.
So I want you to be in Parliament. You'll be a minister, but I want you to be in Parliament. I was in the process of negotiating with him that, okay, if I have to stay, I'll not stay for more than 2 years. But he insisted that at least it should be 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
We are still in the process of negotiating that. But the good thing is people recognizing the little that we're able to do, not only for your party, but for the country. You know, it's sufficient motivation. Except I know that at a point in time, you must learn to bow out when the applause is loudest. So in not too distant the future, I may have to call it quits. Because really, if you heard my little boy say to me, when the others were saying to me, happy birthday, and he mounts the midpoint and tells me to the face, Daddy, but you must learn to have more time with us.
Wow. Wow.
It got to me. It got to me, and really, I can't certainly go beyond 2024. I cannot. 2020, she who must be obeyed is here, so I think because it's subject to negotiation, I wouldn't say anything here. But certainly 2024, not me.
Put your hands together, man. Love it. And the kids?
It's a bit difficult because Daddy is not there always, and he comes home quite late. Mine isn't too much of a problem because at least we share the same bed, so at least I'll turn and
He's there,
he's there.
But
the kids, and for that boy, keeps. One time the second one asked me, "Mommy, why is this Daddy always going out, always going out?" And I said, "Oh, it's because of his work." Then I don't want this Daddy, I want a new Daddy.
Hey!
He just laughed. I mean, little as she is.
What are their names?
We have Nana Kwame, Osei, Mensah, Bonsu.
Okay.
In fact, they said they want the Kyei. It was going to be too long, so Nana Kwame was say Kyei, Mensah, Bonsu. Okay. We have Yakesua, Mami Yakesua, Kyei, Mensah, Bonsu. And they will have Abna Sewa, Kyei, Mensah, Bonsu. Yes.
First one named after me, the second one named after her.
Okay.
Because her original name is Amakesua.
Okay.
So it's Amakesua Mensah Bonsu. And the third one is after my mother.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. What can I say, man? This has been... you've shot up the value of this show so high. you have added so much value, man. To have the minority leader, Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu.
Yesterday, man.
Pardon?
You are yesterday, man.
Yesterday, man.
It's majority.
Majority leader. Thank you, sir. Majority leader. It's fantastic, and Irene, thank you so much for both of you for agreeing even to come and share with us, you know, and you'll be surprised how many people will watch it and be so happy to have seen the two of you. And Majority leader, keep doing what you're doing. We respect it, and we are proud of you. And Irene, keep being that support system and being beside him, not behind him, and keep doing great things, man. Put your hands together one more time. And for you folks at home, it is not yeah. Martin, here. On that note, we'll be right back.
If you're having as much fun as I am, stay tuned. If you're not, you need deliverance. We'll be right back.